What's up, good executives? What's today? Thursday. Happy Thursday. I've been over here trying to get ready for. Oh, hold on. What's Okay. Trying to go live on Instagram as well. I thought that volume was already muted. But happy Thursday to everyone who is joining Saint Center. And looks like this is a slow start, a lag or something. But yeah, today I am getting ready for the um getting ready to tell the story of the Chicago food truck business lie. I'm basically going to be exposing Darius Crook's lie of over 10 plus years that he has been reciting on his platform and having his followers recite. Um, and I just wasn't ever in the mood to talk about the topic. Like, every time I would start, I'd be like, I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. However, I think on the heels of what last night he told the lie again. And all of this time, I've had documentation, the contracts, all of that stuff, the email exchanges that he does not have, that he's never showed because he doesn't have it. He's just created a narrative. So anyway, I've had all that, and I'm like, tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. I'm gonna pull as much of it as together by the time we go live at 7:15 p.m. Central, 8:15 Eastern will be our start time. So I'm gonna pull as much of it as together as I can. Originally, I had more of a documentary style plan. Who knows? That'll probably still happen. But I'm just gonna put it out there in the way that I can put it out there. So definitely join us this evening for that. So today's we only usually on here about an hour anyway, but it may be a little less because I just wanted to come to y'all with a couple quick little topics, say hey, do our little lunchtime thing that's somewhat becoming a little regular thing. But hey, Miss MJ and Alice and Marianne and T Marie and Lakeisha and Renee and Andrea, and did I say Renee? Yes, Aunt May, and who we got over here? Chef Don Don and Turner, and there's a Sierra, Cave, Trey Keisha, and everyone else who is joining. I appreciate all of you. So we're gonna get right into it without too much delay. What's it? Please don't be funny today. I'm at work and I will receive a demotion for laughing. I don't know how much humor I'm going to have in me this morning. I'm honestly in work mode. I'm seriously like in research work mode, pulling all these pieces together. And I got to move right into editing right after this so that I can get what we got to have tonight. Now, tonight, y'all better be prepared. Y'all better be prepared because I'm about to scorch the MF and earth. It's time. It's time. Oh, it's time. Oh, it's time. So yes, so it may be a slow climb. It may be a slow climb. What oh shoot, I ain't even got my topics up or nothing. Hold on. I'm like, I forgot what we was gonna talk about. So today what I have on the thumbnail is Simbad. He is out. I think some of y'all mentioned that when we were talking about the different world, what do they call it, college tour or something. They're doing like a little road trip tour to historical Black colleges across the country, kind of doing the whole thing with promoting just like a different world, and encouraged a lot of Black kids to attend the HBCUs. Now that I'm thinking about it, why didn't they? Well, I'm fine with what they're doing with a different world with the tour. But why isn't there a different world TV show out for the new generation? They should have their own cast of beloved characters. What's the problem with that? What's going on with these networks? Why haven't they done that? Because that's what encouraged us, because we was indoctrinated weekly watching it through our characters. I don't know how much a tour, and honestly, they going to a tour of colleges, historical Black colleges. Ain't the students already there? Are we trying to reach the ones we're trying to get to come? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know too much. I ain't followed that story deeply, but what was that? Saint Center is saying all this rebooting they doing. Right. All this rebooting they doing with all these other shows. Why can't we get another different world? I'm confused. Oh, we get a tour of the cast. And I love them. We love our cast. Don't get me wrong. This ain't no shade towards them. But they send in a tour of a cast that most of the new generation, the Gen Zs and stuff, they don't know who they are. They won't be able to identify with them because they consider them old folks. I'm old to them. I'm old to Gen Zers. They ain't listening to me. Not for that. Come to college. It's fun. It's a great experience. Oh, man, what you know? Your fun ain't my kind of fun. It was in the 90s. They like the 90s. Y'all had parties. Did college exist in the 90s? Y'all had alcohol and weed in the 90s? Really? y'all had whoopee with each other in the 90s? Like, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna talk about Sinbad. We're gonna show his message that he's put. We know that unfortunately he suffer from a stroke, I think. But he was gravely ill. He is on the road to recovery, finally leaving a message for the public. Then we have Jamie Foxx's best friend. Is that guy's name Tyreen? Is it Tyreen or Tyreen? Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. But the guy we talked about yesterday, who thank you, Saint Center. Saint Center says, yes, Simbad had a stroke. The guy, Tyreen, who Suge Knight had outed as being the boyfriend of Jamie Foxx. And we watched a little clip of that. And all but Tiffany J. I don't think Tiffany in here. I don't know if she's going to come a little later. But everybody but Tiffany J, for the most part, was saying they were suspicious of his answers about that. And then what I didn't know was that the interview was much longer and there was other parts of it. So today we're going to listen to the part where he actually talks about Jamie Foxx and the fact that he is his best friend and he was around while Jamie Foxx was ill. And he talks about that experience and gives a little more detail than we've heard before. He says, Marianne says, please hit the like button and comment and share. Thank you so much, Marianne, for that reminder. Yes, please hit that like button and share, because sharing is caring. Then we're going to talk about Ty Tribute, who is a gospel singer. He's more of one of those contemporary gospel kind of singers. He has been very controversial because he kind of goes outside the box, but he's also had some drama in the industry, cheating on his wife, those sort of, extramarital affairs, all that. Well, he went to the Breakfast Club this morning, if I'm not mistaken, and he basically said some very disparaging things about the church house. And unfortunately, I ain't gonna be able to play that part because the Breakfast Club likes to copyright strike my channel. Well, in general. So I won't play that part, but I'll play leading into it. And then we'll close out with a little comment reading and shenanigans. All right, so let's get into the Simbad story. We know that I never put no images in. Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you, Jesus. I did pull them in. Y'all, I told y'all I'm multitasking. I'm sitting here working on the show for the night and trying to pull this together real quick for y'all. And my brain is everywhere else with other stuff. But anyway, this is Simbad. This was after his stroke originally. He was working towards, gaining mobility again. I'm not sure where he is in that process. This is just kind of a quick overview. Y'all know I don't do the deep dives during these lunchtime lives, but this is him. I think this was about a year ago, and this is him now. He's definitely looking better. And so here's a video that he put out, and he did, like some of y'all mentioned, that during a different world tour, he did a satellite video where he ended up talking to the students as well. So this is picking up pretty much from there. Here's a video on that.
Man, that was so cool. A different world, going to Atlanta, going to Morehouse College on the campuses, and getting a chance to be on a Zoom and say something to the kids. It's wild that the kids even know who I am. That's beautiful. Thank you to everybody who's been praying for me and saying good things and supporting me during this time in my life. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. God has been with us, and he's carried me. Well, he's carried me through my whole life. And it means so much when I hear from y'all and you tell me, Simbad, keep going, saying, Simbad, we're sending prayers, we're praying, my family's praying for you. Those words are important, and I feel it. I feel those prayers. I want to say this to all the people who've emailed me through the website. Some of you are going through what I'm going through, or even worse than me. I'm reading these things. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can. I pray for you. I understand what it's like. It's rough. I want to thank all of y'all who've been fans and friends all these years of mine. Thank you so much. Expect to see more of me soon. And don't freak out if you turn around, I'm standing right behind you. Sinbad, I can't believe you're here. You can't believe it. You better believe it. Miracles happen.
That's right. Miracles happen. Talisa's saying he still looks like our Sinbad. He always kept his comedy clean. Love Sinbad. Yeah. I didn't even notice for the longest that he didn't curse and stuff in his comedy until I think it was brought to my attention. I was like, oh yeah, he don't curse, do he? Because back then, like all the comedians, well, hell, even now they all curse. Right. He's looking much better. Right. He's a legend. Yeah. What a blessing. His speech is great. Yeah. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on the stage and stuff. I've taken care of people after them having a stroke. Simbad looks great. It looks like he had no profanity in his stand-up and was still funny. Someone has spread vicious rumors about him being deceased years ago. Thank God. Yes, I remember that. Vaguely remember that. They was doing that. It seemed like one particular year, they just seemed like they were doing that a lot with different people. Oh, was he cussing at him? I thought he didn't cuss in his stand-up comedy. Have you seen his later comedy? Honestly, I can't remember much about Simbad's comedy since the 90s, to be honest. He still has a sense of humor. Yeah. Right. Glad he was able to get his flowers. So yeah, that's Simbad. So we're definitely keeping him in our thoughts and prayers, and it's good. It's good to see him, speaking in his own voice, and not just like a Instagram post and all of that. So definitely praying that he continues to get better. Then we have Jamie Foxx. So we talked about Jamie Foxx yesterday because of the alleged allegations from Suge Knight that Jamie Foxx was had a boyfriend, and his best friend was his boyfriend, this guy Tyrene. So we got Jamie Foxx there, and Suge Knight was claiming this has been his longtime boyfriend. And even today, when I was trying to pull images, find the best images of Tyrene to use for like the thumbnail, I was seeing some of his old pictures. I was like, oh, now I remembered him, but it was like after I saw, as I was, Googling, I was like, oh, he was really cute. Like I do remember him looking better, but he was really cute. He ain't ugly, but yeah, he's lived. Renee is saying, ain't Suge locked up? Why is he still trying to stay relevant? Because he's bored in jail. Yes, he's still locked up, but he's trying to stay relevant because he's locked up in jail. He bored there. So anyway, here's Tyrene in that same, it's a different clip from the same interview we watched yesterday. Yesterday, he was addressing the allegations from Suge Knight. Today, he is talking about Jamie Foxx when he had his health scare and what went down there.
Jamie Foxx, I always knew that y'all was like best friends, but how did y'all meet, man?
Well, we met like 20 something years ago. We just shared the same kind of energy. Like, I was funny, he was funny. I did an episode of In Living Color. And we just kind of like, it was just like a natural kind of brotherly kind of thing. We just kind of actually just bonded. Like it was crazy.
How's his health, man?
Oh, he's in great he's in great shape. You know what I mean? He's cool. He had a little scare, but he got over that. He got over that fast. He went to his little rehab and whatever, and he back. Me personally, it was just like more stress, more. He just had a lot that he was going through, and it just like some kind of weird nervous breakdown kind of thing where he just like, cause he was just overworked and it just went bad. And he just he blanked out. You know what I mean? But it wasn't nothing like overly major to me.
Now, it's a little bit more, but Tyrene, I'm like, we saw with our own eyes from a public perspective. Now, unless, now he know behind the scenes. Let me let the rest of this play, because now I just had another thought.
He just be Jamie. He's dramatic a little bit. We actors. I'm not saying the whole thing was an act, but it wasn't totally like, you know what I mean, super crazy, nothing crazy like.
So my first thought, this is why you have to like be critical, use your critical thinking skills, and then listen to stuff back again. Because the first time I heard this, as I was pulling. Well, I guess I heard it technically three. No, I heard it about 3 times. This is probably the 4th time I'm hearing it in order to, pull it for y'all. My first thought was, Tyrene, how you downplaying what Jamie Foxx went through for like 4 months? Wasn't it like 4 or 5 months, y'all? Probably a little longer, but at least that we was like hearing he was in a hospital. Family and friends was coming to visit him. He was on death's doorstep from what people were saying. It was bad from what they were saying. Then Jamie finally appears on his Instagram, and he looked like he hadn't seen sunlight in those many months. And he looked a little withered away. I think the last time I saw him, I can't even remember when, but he definitely looked healthier than he even looked on that Instagram, where he was saying he had been through a lot and stuff. Now, Tyrene, his best friend, is telling us that he was stressed, he was overwhelmed, he just, blacked out. But Jamie, he's an actor, he be overacting, and I ain't saying no, I ain't saying it didn't, it wasn't nothing, that it didn't happen. But it wasn't really nothing. Huh? That ain't, I feel like, right, Aunt May is saying maybe a nervous breakdown. People are saying that all was happening, but now is the way Tyrene is downplaying what we were told it was. You don't downplay somebody having a stroke and being in the hospital, learning how to walk, play what they call it, y'all, pickleball, having to relearn how to play pickleball, regain their motor skills. You don't say, it wasn't really much. You don't say that about that. And those were the stories we were told in the media, from the media rather, from people who were telling the stories. So how we get from all of that to his best friend, who's supposedly close to him and was there, saying, it wasn't nothing really. He a little overactor. We actors. That's what happens. He's Jamie Foxx, he's dramatic. Huh? Dramatic about having a stroke and being immobile? Having to regain your ability to be mobile and walk and talk? Something ain't right. So then that's got me thinking, and then this part that just came to me is, Right. Talisa saying, well, I'll wait because I don't want to get distracted from a friend of my thought of mine. But what I heard, and I never dug deep into this part of the story, but what I heard was, if I'm not mistaken, it was, what's Russell Simmons' ex-wife name? Kimora Lee. Kimora Lee's estranged or ex-husband, I don't know what stage they're in now, but her estranged husband is in some financial Ponzi scheme thingamajig on a really massive level, like billionaire level. He was connected with some international billionaire who was up to some mess, dealing with banks and stealing money from banks and all this kind of stuff. They are saying that Jamie Foxx was really good friends with this said bank scammer guy and all the players. That Jamie Foxx was on this man jet flying to Australia for New Year's Eve and flying back home, like some major, big baller kind of stuff. And they are saying that Jamie Foxx's name got wrapped up in that whole Ponzi billionaire scheme. They are saying when he was deposed or supposed to be deposed is all of a sudden when this went down. Now, I heard about this while he was still sick and in the hospital for those months. Y'all know we didn't see no posts. We didn't see no videos. We didn't see him healing or anything. All we saw was the TMZs of the world, the paparazzi outside of the hospital taking photos of people going in and out the hospital. Was Jamie really there? Y'all got to understand that we do live in the matrix. We truly do live in the matrix where it's not beyond the frame of thought. And this conspiracy theory, but I'm going on what the info that Tayreen just gave us that makes me say, something ain't right now. You his best friend who was there, and you not telling the same story, and you really downplaying something real, supposedly that was major. I don't see nobody saying that somebody who had a stroke, nervous breakdown or whatever, and lost all of these mobile functions, you would say that that's being, and had to go through rehab. Remember, he had the issue, the medical condition, and then they sent him to Northwestern here in Chicago, a rehabilitation center for months. You wouldn't say, oh, my friend, they are overactive. It wasn't that much. What? Listen to it again yourself. Like, I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but what?
He just be Jamie. He's dramatic a little bit. We actors. I'm not saying the whole thing was an act, but it wasn't totally like, super crazy, nothing crazy like.
Yeah, this is, and I see Sterling Johnson. Jamie got too much money to be mixed up in some mess. He too nice. I know, Sterling, that you want to 100% believe that, but do you know Jamie in real life? This whole thing is smoke and mirrors when it comes to these celebrities. Some of the nicest ones be doing some of that. And I'm not saying he automatically is, but I'm saying let's pay attention to what his best friend just told us. Oh, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't that serious. I'm not saying it didn't happen. Did you catch him? Y'all don't be paying attention to context clues. Y'all be taking everything at
Jamie. He's dramatic a little bit. We actors. I'm not saying the whole thing was an act, but it wasn't totally like,
Did you notice that y'all got to pay attention to body language? Did you notice that he noticed he was saying too much, had to look down to reset his mind of what he needed to be saying? Because he was saying too much and basically saying that it didn't go down like they was told to us that it went down. You wouldn't say these things, people. You would not say these things. And famous and rich don't mean you don't get in trouble, that you don't create crimes. Our level of having enough money and wealth. Oh, let me close this out, this part of it.
Super crazy, nothing crazy like.
Not super crazy, nothing crazy. Right, Madam X is saying, he said, we actors. I don't want it to be true. I know some people think, you hating on Jamie Foxx, you want it to be true. No, I don't. I like Jamie Foxx. I have no issues with Jamie Foxx. I was one of the people really genuinely actually saying real prayers that he got better. But I also know they play in our face, and it looks like we're being told our faces were being played in. I don't know to what degree, but what I could tell you is that even when you really think about it, his family didn't necessarily probably have to go through the front door of that hospital, knowing that the paparazzi was out there. That hospital would have made accommodations, but they were sure to make sure we got those pictures showing his family visiting this hospital that he was supposedly in. And from what I heard about that story, again, I didn't dig into it myself, but it was like, it's supposed to be documented. All this was going down. Actors are always lying and covering up things. There you go, Lily Coleman. Some of us are awake in the Matrix. Some of us, I understand too. Some of us, it's to have your eyes open fully is scary. I get it. So I'm with it. I understand that some of y'all got to walk around with blinders on for your own sanity. Have at it. But I choose to keep my eyes open. Y'all can go ahead and wait, do I have any moderators up in here? Alice, if you're available, could you go ahead and block James Starr? We ain't doing that. Right. Friend taking talking monster. Well, I had a few starred. Saint Center saying, thank you, Vel, for these lunchtime lives. You're very welcome, friend. Yeah, I want to try to keep these up if I can. That's why I like to keep them short and sweet. So then I don't feel creatively overwhelmed by it. Okay, I'll block this James person. Wait, can I do it here? God dog it. Hold on. Give me a second, because I want to make sure they. Oh, somebody just did it. Aunt May is saying the like button is above. Hit the 3 dots if you can't find it, like I couldn't. Yes, if it looks different, I don't even know what the hell it looks like. If it looks different, yes, please hit the 3 dots at the top to like this video. Like I said the other day, part of the reason why everybody don't like the videos is some people just don't know how. They're like, I don't know where it's at. Let me see. I'm looking here on my phone. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, I am on the vertical live. Why did it look like I wasn't on the vertical live the other day? Okay. Things are working out. I got mad and upset thinking I would have to change this formatting for us to go live in the afternoons, but perfect. Finally on a vertical live. Yesterday it wasn't looking like that. Okay. Suge needs to tell who pawed Tupac. Right. Well, the truth is, Marnie, I don't know if you're aware that Keith, what's his name? Keith Reef? What's his name, y'all? He's actually being convicted of powing Tupac. He's arrested and facing a trial for that. So I don't know if you don't believe that version of the story, like you don't believe that that's the case. But yeah, there's already a person who's being held responsible officially for not Jamie Foxx, for Tupac. And I guess when that starts up, we'll cover that. Actually, what, next week? Will it be next week that we'll be covering the Keith D? Yeah. Why does it sound like it was different? But okay, but yeah, Keith D. Is it next week? Oh no, it's the following week. On the 18th, we will start covering the what's her name? Carly Russell case. So hopefully, I'm sure it'll be televised. So we'll find that. We'll be watching that during the day. So y'all make sure you're subscribing and liking. Suge Knight snitches on everybody. Right. Since he bored. Do y'all blame him? He in jail. He bored. He needs something to do. Might as well make everybody else who frees life miserable. Jamie had a boyfriend. What? So, Talise, this information has not been confirmed. This was an allegation started by, well, I don't know, it could be in the industry as well, but who we're hearing it from was Suge Knight. Suge Knight claims that Tayreen was Jamie Foxx's boyfriend. Other than that, I ain't never heard that before. But Tayreen is admitting to being his best friend. So who, it could be that they were just platonic, real life best friends, and that's it. And Suge Knight was coming for him and wanted to make it sound like it was more than it was, just to dig at him. Thanks, Precious. Now it's cool if you're busy, Precious, because this during the day, for now at least, I can handle the comments. It helps me keep track of what I'm doing too. It's at night when we get the big crowds. That's different. But the 100-some people I can handle. Hold on, I'm reading my star comments. Right before he got sick, people were saying he was yelling at people on his movie set. Right before they did. Yes, so they were saying that people started to see his personality change. People were saying that Jamie Foxx was normally extremely nice, and there were no issues with him as far as being a diva-like or Devo behavior on the sets and stuff. And I think they said a week or two leading up to that, he was just not quite being himself. So yeah, but also when people are stressed out because they could be getting wrapped up in an impending lawsuit, something like that, or something major, getting wrapped up in something that could take their freedom, I could see that as well. Right. Marnie is saying Suge spread rumors about Chili. Now he's talking about Jamie Foxx. So I don't remember the order, but yes, I guess I heard Chili was last week. Well, at least it came out last week. I don't know if he said it last week, but I heard about Chili last week. That kind of stuff I don't even report on. But yeah, I heard about him talking about her as well. Okay, but why do we act like being gay or bi or whatever is like the worst thing on in the world? I know why, but damn. Well, yeah. You know what? I also think it's I think what it's that for sure. A lot of people have issues with it for sure. But I also think it's and it's up to everybody. So don't get me wrong when I say this, but not living your truth. So it's that you're projecting to us that you're this, but you're actually that. And I think that's what gets people so interested in trying to know the truth. Even if it's you're bi, you're poly, you're fluid, and all these other things out there. People just want to know that what you're presenting to me, as far as who you are, is who you are. I think that's a part of it, because otherwise it's like you're kind of lying to us, Especially in today's age where most of these celebrities do put their life out on social media. Back in the day, a Luther Vandross, well, hell, y'all saying Marvin Gaye. Teddy Pendergrass. I don't know. I'm trying to think of people other than black male singers. But what was his? Oh God. I'm so bad with names. But like the white actor who passed away from AIDS, and he was a sex symbol. But it was a lot of them. It was quite a few of them. Liberace. Liberace. Y'all remember Liberace? Right. Thank you. That's who I was thinking of. Marlene. Rock Hudson. George Michael was another one. Yeah, Rock Hudson was who I was thinking about. Thank you, Ryan. So I get that. That was a different time. That was where everything that did come out in the media was curated professionally by professionals. Anytime we saw a tour of Rock Hudson's house or who Rock Hudson is dating, it was curated by a professional reporter with a professional publication, not some blogger like me in they office, they home office, just rambling stuff they done read somewhere and giving their own opinions. No, this stuff was curated with the PR, the publicists, with the media outlet, the reporter. They decided what they wanted it to look like, what they could show, what they couldn't show. It was agreements with the actors and actresses. I'll be your beard. I'll be your F-hag. All of that. Today is not that. Everybody just showing themselves cooking in their kitchen. Like, you know what color their toaster is. It's a different world. So in today's world, it's like if you're going to present who you supposedly are in the media, which is social media, we just want you to be real with that. And you ain't got to be like telling us who you dating, who you just did last night and all of that. But it's like, if you poly, just say, hey, I'm poly. Because if we see you, or it's rumors that you're dating a girl this week and next week is a boy and the following week is a trans person, a person of trans experience, just be who you are. It's more of that. Or do what Queen Latifah did for 59 years and just say, I'm nothing. Get out my business. And then we just, nobody was like attacking Queen Latifah. It was just like, girl, we know that character you play. What was her character in Set It Off? What was the name? Y'all know I'm bad with the names, but y'all know these names. Cleo. Girl, we know you, Cleo. We know you an actor. We know when you get home, you take that wig off of that weave out. You got them cornrows and that well, I know the proper name ain't wife beater, but we call it wife beater. We know you got that wife beater on, girl, at night. So it's different. That's why I think to your point of Courtney, to your point, Courtney, I think that's part of it too. I don't think that's the whole sum of it, but for me, I know that's part of it too. Like, just kind of being your truth, like, or say it's none of your business and show us nothing kind of thing. Because I get it. I had to go through my process. So I get it. Precious, you trying to get my channel shut down? Like allegedly Oprah and Gail. I don't know, y'all. That's as they get older, it does get a little bit more suspicious. Like, I've always been like, oh, please, y'all so funny. It's not all women go on road trips and all that and stuff like that. Like, well, it's just some stuff about them, but I just was like, oh, y'all, that's funny, but it ain't real. Now I'm starting to be like, Stephanie, how much she pay you per year to act like her boyfriend? And why I couldn't get that job? Right, you said allegedly. Right. Okay, we got one more story, one more major story. Yeah. Okay, so Ty Tribbett. Yeah, okay, perfect. We're not over out yet. Ty Tribbett took to the Breakfast Club. He was saying that the problem with the church today is that it's about the church and not about the people. It has become about people, the people worshiping the church and taking care of the church versus the church taking care of the people. And how people treat churches like almost like deities, the building, the organization, and walking around with, driving around with the bumper stickers on their cars and touting, I'm from, blah, 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 and you from that church, like representing. And so he says all of that is whack because that's not what it's all about. It should be about the people and, of course, worshiping God, not the church. So he said all that. I can't show that part. Y'all got to go to Instagram or the Breakfast Club with YouTube channel because I can't play that part of it because they're going to strike this video. But I'm going to play the part where this man, and I'm not sure if this guy's a minister or what, but he is speaking to Ty Tribbett and telling him how he feels about his appearance on the Breakfast Club.
I Tribbett on the Breakfast Club, and I get what he was trying to say, but he made a statement that was very irresponsible on the wrong platform. He said the church is whack. How can you go on a national platform and totally throw under the bus the very institution that made you who you are? You, sir, had an opportunity to shine God's light, to push people back into the place of healing. But instead, you wanted to feel cool. You could have been a light. You could have told people, man, falling in love with God was the best thing I've ever done. And I found the right church. Go find the right church. You don't know who's going to take that statement and walk away from a church that could have really impacted their lives. My church isn't perfect. There is no perfect church. Just like there's no perfect restaurant, there's no perfect radio show. Everybody falls short. I literally met you in church. Meeting you changed my life forever. The church is not whack. The church is a morning.
So the church is not whack. And I think he made a great point. I have been a person that grew up in church. Pretty much all my life. I mean, I had stints where my parents was out in them streets. Why do I tell them? Why do I be telling their business, y'all? I be forgetting them on YouTube. But I've had moments of, where we didn't go that much, but then, it would always return back to, always went back home. But I'm a person who was very involved in the church in my my 20s and early 30s. And then at a certain point, I kind of got out the haze. But I'm not against church. I think it's an individual choice, but I do know that there's benefit in congregating and being able to have that support and being able to hear a good word and being there versus the online stuff. Because I know that the way that I was when I went to the physical church and the effort that it takes to prioritize that and prioritize your worship in that way, there's something to be said for that. And I'm very aware of that. And I know that I've lost that. However, I'm totally fine with where I'm at now. So I'm pretty much, Bedside Baptist, online here, online there. I really get my word throughout. And I serve in different ways. But I was one of those people that served so much in the church that it was like I had two full-time jobs, my regular job and my church stuff, my church jobs. So, but I went to a mega church. I know what that looks like. Somebody said, that was Renee saying, not the church folks hollering gang, gang. Yeah, it was that feel. Oh, I go here to, because I used to go to, I can say it. Oh, Marlena S., do you know that, have we talked about that? Or does you just know? I don't know. Maybe we talked about it. But yes, I went to Salem Baptist Church of Chicago for over a decade and as an adult. And we represented compared to an apostolic and this, and every church got its own feel. You got the New Life Covenant Southeast. When they was up and coming, they was the hot church. Everybody was running from our church over there. With a lot of people, especially in my demographic, my age group, a lot of people. It was like a mass exodus. But it's like churches become the new hotspot, like nightclubs. It's very odd. So I get what Ty was saying for sure. I've lived it. But I also feel like I wouldn't go as far as to say church is whack. I feel like every church has its issues, just like he said. Every job has its own issues. Every relationship has got its own issues. But doesn't mean that church that people should avoid church like the plague. I ain't going. I'll go visit every once in a while, but I don't know, y'all. It's just, and this is a more complicated conversation I prefer not to really have on the YouTube and a safe space. We can have it on Patreon or something. But for me, there's some complications to the whole church thing and tradition versus, people worshiping the person, the pastor versus worshiping God, what the attention is on versus what it should be on. Like it's a lot of stuff, things like that. One sin being considered worse than the other when all sins, according to God, are equal, all of those sort of things. So Jennifer Gordon is saying, Cary Grant, Jennifer, friend, you are far behind. We are two subject. No, I'm just thank you, Jennifer, for watching. We appreciate you, friend. And please hit that like button. Renee S. is saying, true at Vail. I have so much to say about church. Let's talk about that on Patreon, y'all. Let's talk. Like, we can have an open discussion. I ain't like looking for people to side with me or anything. It's just, I have church hurt. I do have church hurt. I don't know, because I don't think I ever told y'all that. But I have church hurt. And it was like after I got to that space mentally, although I at that point decided I'm leaving this church and I will find a new church home, which was a whole process in and of itself, because it's like you're breaking up, you're losing your family, you're losing your tribe. It's like the Flying Monkey D-Hags. The reason they can't leave following their cult leader Darius Crooks is because you lose community as well. It's not just simply about you moving on. It's like then they trying to figure out what I do with my day. I used to watch Darius Crooks 20 times a day. Now I don't know what to do with myself. Like, it's all of that. So I had that. Now I don't know what to do with myself. These are my friends. These are people I watch. I remember when this couple first started sitting next to each other. Then they started dating. Then they got married. Then they got kids. Now the kids are teenagers. Like, all of that. And you're a part of it all. Like, the people in the choir. I've been in every little, the adult choir. It was too many old folks in there. So then I went to the young adult choir, and those were my peers. Then I got in the praise group, the praise singer, whatever we called us. I can't remember. All of that, y'all, is a lot. The different activity ministries and stuff, had to leave it all behind because the church heard it was like, oh, this no longer serving me. And then our pastor got busy. Now, I ain't trying to drag the pastor because I love him still. But he got busy trying to be a politician, and he started repeating sermons from 10 years ago when I had first joined the church. And I was like, wait a minute, I can recite what you're about to say. This is a problem. You're not feeding me no more. So it was a lot. There was a lot going on. Marlene, tell me, did you go there? Is that why I feel like I know somebody I talked to? I felt it was more than one person. So that's why I'm like, did we talk about this? Did you go to Salem? I can't recall who platform it was on YouTube. They were talking about church. They was talking about pastors saying that pastors shouldn't get paid. They should work. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that at all, Brenda Hill. They are serving. It is a lot to shepherd people in general. Hell, I'm on YouTube doing it virtually, and it's a lot. Yeah, if y'all only knew the stuff I deal with behind the scenes, the people capital part of it, the human-centered part of it, not even counting content and editing and getting my own mental health together to get up on this camera, it's a lot. So no, I do believe that because you want them to be focused, and here I am saying I don't want you repeating messages. So if you working somebody's 9 to 5 or whatever and putting in 8 to 16-hour days, then I want you to come and be clean mind and all of that, and you dealt with the stress of your old raggedy boss. Now, I'm not of that belief, but I do not believe that they necessarily should have private jets, Creflo, unless they then have some other business ventures on their own where they have been able to afford those sort of things. Then that's a different story. But I think pastors should be taken care of for sure. And what our pastor used to do, Marley might know this if you actually went there. But okay, yes, you're saying yes. Okay, so our pastor, well, my former pastor, he's retired now. But what he used to do is he only took his salary out of the love offering. So for those of y'all who ain't heathens, no, just because I'm a heathen now. But for those of y'all who go to church, you know that there's the tithes, which is 10% of your earnings, and then the offering, which is above the 10% of your offerings, 10% of your tithes. So he would only take that amount. So when we paid our tithes, that goes to the church. That's operations. That's all the stuff the church does, the giving and everything else. You put money in that other envelope, which used to be red when I went there. You put money in that envelope. That was only for the pastor. So that's how he got paid. I love that idea, but every church doesn't have the right size congregation to make that happen. So, but in our case, it worked out. He probably made off pretty good. I would love to know how much he was making per year, because we had at when he first started that I think he did it from the beginning, but we had when I first started going there, I think we had like 1,300 members maybe, and then by the time I left, it was close to, was it 15,000 or 20,000, something like that. You're telling the truth about that. Yeah. Church and church hurt us a lot of things, what you're saying. Pastors aren't the only demons, you guys. typing are as well. Who called pastors demons? Somebody called pastors demons? Because I ain't said that. Who said that? I ain't never once called no pastor no demon. Oh, you talking about the Church of Darius Crooks. Now that demon, he's a pastor of a cult. Lily Coleman says a lot of people are serving God in their own home. Yeah, and they say the church attendance is down like all over the country. I don't know if it's all over the world. Precious said, no, he crazy. I'm wondering, like, I don't see every single comment. So I'm like, well, maybe somebody mentioned something about a pastor and a demon, so I ain't gonna go in too hard. Maybe I just missed the comment that they're responding to. We are on the YouTube vertical. So the good part about being on this is that, it's exposing us to more people. More people see our community and become a part of the Veeple community, which is what we want. The bad part is then we get people who talking about pastors are demons. Well, they saying we demons because they think pastors are demons. I don't know. I'm lost. I joined in 1990. Oh, wow. I think we talked about this before. I feel like we talked about this before. And forgive me if we have. It's just, there's a lot going on up here. Because I joined, I might have joined that same year or a year before. That same year or a year before. Vale, you should do Patreon with Robert about religion. Oh, I don't want to get that deep. That I ain't trying to do. Why not share light instead of dark? What are we talking about, Raymond? What are we talking about, sir? Who's talking about darkness? And if you want to see that, Raymond Garcia, why not share light instead of dark? I agree with you. I'm so not disagreeing with you. But over here, we talk about trending topics and we keep it real and we bond and we talk about real life stuff, which is we're on the topic of church hurt. However, if you don't like to keep it real and you like to live in a certain space of euphoria where everything is perfect, there is content out there for you. The internet consists of millions upon millions of other creators in general, YouTube creators, TikTokers, everything. You can go in a space like that. And when you start to watch that stuff, the algorithm sends you more. However, if the algorithm is sending you people who are talking about dark more than people who are talking about light, it's showing a reflection of what you watch and what's in your heart. You always volunteering Robert. Right. I'm going to have to pull Robert to the side and say, Robert, do you have a problem with this? Blink twice if Margin is volunteering you for too much. The Breakfast Club has a large audience, and I think a lot of their guests are careless with their words. I would agree with that, Sterling Johnson. I would agree. And I don't know if that is has to do with, and don't do nothing about Ramon Garcia. Let him be. But with that, I think sometimes it speaks to the host that maybe people feel more comfortable and they feel like they're just talking to the three people, forgetting that the mic is hosting it to millions. So I can see how that could happen as well. Yes, Jesus wasn't lying. Whatever the algorithm sends you speaks to what you choose to watch and what's in your heart. I'm Catholic, but I don't believe everything they say and do. Yeah, we can get into that too. What channel and time does the Breakfast Club come on? Okay, now, Jennifer, you want me advertising for the Breakfast Club? Do you hit this like? Did you like this video first? And did you subscribe? I want to make sure you promote me first. Nah. The Breakfast Club, they have a YouTube channel. Honestly, I don't know what time their show airs in the morning, but they do have a YouTube channel, and that's actually 99% of the time I see their stuff on Instagram, like just quick little shorts and stuff. And then sometimes I'll go to the actual their YouTube channel, The Breakfast Club, and I might watch a whole interview or something if it's somebody I'm interested. But I haven't done that in a while. I used to watch them quite a bit, but I haven't in a while. He popped outside. He popped outside recently because they're trying to build a Chick-fil-A. Oh, you talking about the old pastor? I'm just not gonna say his name, but he popped outside recently because they're trying to build a Chick-fil-A on 111th. Interesting. 111th and what's like Halsted? Most likely it's Halsted. Or off the expressway. Off the expressway ain't a good spot though. It's probably off Halsted, right? I'm definitely a heathen now. Yeah. I mean, but yet not. I mean, every morning I have my meditation, my devotion, Bible reading, or the truth is I let the Bible app read it to me, but I hear it. And sometimes I read along. not often though. Oh, right off the Bishop Ford? Who getting off the Bishop Ford to go to Chick-fil-A? No, I guess. I don't go through that way often at all, really. I'm behind, but yes, the tithe is for the house and the offering is for the poor and needy. That's everything else. Well, and in our old church, the offering was actually for the pastor. Well, it was called the love offering, was for the pastor only. But the tithes went towards all of that, the helping the needy, the operations, and yeah, all of that. Okay, I'm gonna move on to our last one. I missed quite a few comments, but Vale, your mods don't play. I don't even know who that is. Yeah, you're right. I tell them all the time. They are amazing because I don't see the majority of the stuff. All I see is like the deleted messages or people saying things like you, like, oh, they gone. Y'all don't play. I'll never even see the comment or anything else. So I love y'all for that. I love y'all. What we got? Alice today. Oh, why is it making it hard for me to tell? I can't quite tell. But I know we got Precious and Alice for sure in here today. And anybody else I'm missing, I appreciate y'all hard work. Okay, last one of the day, because I got to get on to editing so we can scorch the earth tonight. This is just a little something for little comedy. We know that Spirit Airlines has a reputation. They have a reputation that is bottom of the barrel for flying. I have, you know what? The poll. Oh, can I ask a poll question? Let me ask a poll question. Have you ever flown on Spirit Airlines? Have you ever flown on Spirit Airlines? Did I just say a Sprint? Have you ever flown? I think I spelled it wrong, but anyway, have you ever flown on Spirit Airlines? Yeah, I did. Ignore the typo. But have you ever flown on Spirit Airlines? I will say that Frontier and Spirit are two airlines that anytime I see them, I'm like, nope. I don't even entertain it. I don't even look at the prices because I know it's going to be real tempting. I don't even look at the prices. Spirit, I've just heard so much about them and seen the viral videos of the ratchetness that comes along, that seems to come along with most of those flights. I don't want to feel like I'm on a Greyhound bus when I'm in the air. It's bad enough that I'm in the air, and it's bad enough that I'm trapped with a bunch of people breathing and talking and coughing and babies whining and everything else. I don't need the extra ratchetness of somebody's weave being thrown across the rows and hitting me in the face because they fighting 5 rows ahead of me. I ain't got no mental space for that. Frontier Airlines, I have an issue with because of an issue that my sister had many years ago. I got her a flight on there. It was okay for her to fly on it, but not for me. I was like, I'm paying for it. You're going to go on Frontier. So I put her on Frontier, but I took it to the airport and it was just the most ratchet checking in, trying to get, I think there were no people at the counter. Then when they came, it was just like, I can't even remember because it was so many years ago, but it was such a horrible experience that I had never experienced on any other airline that I was like, and it was only her going through it. And I was like, oh no, oh no. So I have never been on either Frontier or Spirit, and God willing, I will never be on those airlines. 65% of you say no, you've never flown it. 35% of you have. The 35% of you that have, Marlene says, I can click it over here. Where is it? Here it is. The Spirit Spirit is the 79th Street bus in the air. You got to kind of be from Chicago, but imagine y'all, if y'all got a Martin Luther King Drive or something, imagine a bus route on that. Y'all know Martin Luther King Drive. I ain't going and talking about Martin Luther King, but y'all know they always put Martin Luther King Drive or Boulevard or Street or whatever y'all call it. They always put it in the hood, straight through the middle of the hood. Y'all know that. All right, here's a little clip of one of the flight attendants announcing what people should be mindful of when flying on Spirit.
Cannot smoke on board, but don't worry. If y'all need to smoke, step out on the wing. If you can light it, we'll let you smoke it. We're very accommodating here at Spirit. Very accommodating. Just step right outside. The rest of you are going to get something for free, so you didn't think this was going to happen. The minute they step out, in-flight movie, Gone with the Wind. Just watch them step on out there. Okay, flight attendant call button, this little blue button right here, you push it, it goes ding, and normally one of us would show up. Yeah, no. Look at the time. Don't touch that button. You do not need me at this time. Y'all need to just go night-night termite, and when we land in Vegas, I will let you know. I will not let you miss it. 2 hours and 50 minutes, almost 3 hours. Go to sleep. If you push this button, y'all don't get confused. You're on Spirit. Whatever hand you use to push that button, you better have a credit card in the other hand. Don't get confused. All right, now you can't break anything on this plane, okay? They told you don't break anything. Don't disable anything. Let's face it. If you could pay for something you broke on this baby, y'all be flying Delta first class. You wouldn't be here. So don't break anything. All right, no, seriously, folks. We will serve you up until we are on final descent into Vegas. So party up, have a great time, do whatever you need to do. I will leave the lights off for those of you who don't want to party and want to try to go to sleep when you're on a Vegas flight. Good luck with that. Oh, my Lord. And we do, folks. We apologize for the delay. We're happy to see you here. Welcome aboard.
I like when you get a flight attendant that's got a little humor to them, a little like I don't need a whole monologue now. Don't be trying to entertain. This ain't the Apollo, so don't be trying to entertain me the whole flight. But I like a little something like that, you know, relax the people. Let us know that I ain't got to be fearful that if I forgot to move my seat back up, that you ain't going to threaten to put me on the no-fly list. Have y'all had those flight attendants and you're like, God damn, calm down. Sir, put on your seatbelt. I have it on. Look. Put it on. You're going to be on the no-fly list. I even had them, you know, when you sit in the exit rows, they like, I need a verbal yes or whatever. I had one. I have my headphones on when I fly. And so, but I could hear clearly. And so I'm listening. They're giving their little spiel and they're going around. And then he's like, you need to take your headphones off. And I was like, I can hear you. Sir, you need to take your headphones off. It's like, damn, calm down, Jesus. And I know he was just in a mood because, or just power hungry, because I never take them off and everyone else has been fine. And I answered him with a verbal yes. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. Savvy says, didn't believe that MLK Drive were in the hood until I went to New York and Ohio. I have been to many places throughout the U.S. and I have yet to see an MLK that is nice. Now, the one we have in Chicago actually is. They like have mansions and like $1 million homes on them stuff. However, it wasn't always that way. Well, I guess it was that way when it was built. I guess when they originally changed it. No, when they changed the name, that was during the time of white flight. But prior to white flight, it was a really nice neighbor area where really rich merchants who owned, you know, businesses downtown and stuff, where they would build their 3-story, you know, mansions and stuff. And then, you know, the white flight and then the economy, you know, the neighborhoods went down. But now it has been gentrified again. Well, not really. It's like, well, no, it's kind of gentrified. But anyway, so it's nicer now. MLK here in Chicago is desirable. I'll put it that way. Right. C-San says, night termite. I had never heard that before, but I got a little chuckle with that too. Oh, well, I missed my star. Oh, here go my star comments. Oh, this one I missed from earlier. Vale, there was rumored that there were sexual tension between Kim Fields and Queen Latifah on Living Single. Not sure I believe that. I've never heard that one. MLT13 is saying boomers are different. We have long friendships. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Church is a problem today because they are not active in the community anymore like they used to be to me. I can agree with that. Now, my church back in the day, I don't know what they do now, but back in the day, we used to be pretty active out in the community as well. We were actually doing a whole thing for, I don't know, it was a while, what we would do called Prayer on the Corner. And we would go on the corner in these various neighborhoods, well, around the church in various areas. And we would literally pray on the corner and pray for people if people wanted to join the circle. If not, it was just us who were members praying on the circle for the neighborhood, etc. So our church was very active in the neighborhood back in the day. I don't know what they're doing now, but back in the day they were. T. Maria saying, flying out of Cleveland, sometimes Spirit is my only nonstop option. Out west, it was a time. It was a time. That's what I keep, and the videos I see for one, but also what I hear is that it gives you Greyhound vibes. So, and I just don't have the patience for that. I just don't. Didn't believe that ML. I read that one. I didn't know Frontier was bad too. Now, I've never flown on Frontier, but that was my experience. And I've heard other people say things, but I have personally never flown on it. It was just that experience with the customer service with my sister that made me say, oh no, I'm not even going to try to. Alice is saying though, the only problem I've had with Frontier is uncomfortable seats. So Alice is okay with Frontier. And Linda D is saying Frontier broke the strap on my luggage and refused to pay for it. That's always frustrating with that. I remember flying on Southwest. Was this last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. Flew there. For some reason, our luggage didn't make it home. And it wasn't really no real reason because we were early for the flight. So, but anyway, the luggage didn't make it. I think I went back the next morning for my luggage and it still wasn't ready. They end up eventually, I forgot what happened exactly. I think I end up still going back like a second time to pick it up at the airport. But they ended up crediting me some, like I just complained. They credited me. I had a whole another flight, free flight. It wasn't even like, here's $50. It was like, no, it was enough money for a whole nother flight that I used for my next vacation. So and that was Southwest. I'm like, this is why I like Southwest. This is why I like Southwest. And I was already home. So it wasn't like I was at my vacation destination with no luggage and stuff. So I wasn't even, and my carry-on is always my essentials. I carry on my laptops, all my electronics, the essentials, they're always with me. The stuff I can replace on a trip, God forbid, the underwear, the certain clothes, all that. I'm like, if that luggage don't make it on my trip, at least I can go buy the stuff. So that's how I always do it. I can't up and just be buying no new laptop with all my stuff in it and be made whole. Oh wow. Oh, here we go. Oh wow, I don't know Frontier. Oh, I guess didn't know Frontier was bad too. Did I just read that? But yes. So anyway, thank you again. This was fun as usual. I love these little lunchtime chats. Make sure to hit that like button if you have not as of yet. Also, don't forget, I will be back this evening, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern for our, I don't even know what the hell I'm calling it. Whatever's on the thumbnail, but it is, I said the original Legion or something. My very own story of a Legion in my life, just like Who the F Did I Marry, Darius Crooks. And I tell the origin stories of that this evening, leading into the Chicago food truck scam that he got me wrapped in, that he claims that he did. We'll get into that later. I done pulled out my torch already, Saint. Put the torch back. Let me put the torch back. Not yet. I got to finish filling up my gasoline cans. I'm pouring all around it. All right, y'all. Before I start acting silly, it's a little too early. All right. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all make sure to take care. Enjoy the rest of your day and be blessed. Peace.